Alright, you guys, I thought I'd make a quick birthday video. It is my birthday today. It's September 3rd. I'm turning 29 years old. And I started this channel on November 14th, the same day that my uncle passed away, and have just been working on it ever since. But for my birthday, I just wanted to share with you guys how my last year has kind of been. I don't know if you guys like to do this, but I like to look back and take stock of each year. And I remember when I was 22, and 21 was a really rough year for me. I had dated this one girl for a month while my ex and I had broken up, and that had ended, and I was overweight, and I remember thinking that this was probably the worst year of my life up to this point. And I wasn't naive enough to think that it would be the worst year of my life ever. Though I could honestly say that this past year at one point had definitely been the worst year of my life without question. Of course, my Uncle Greg, his cancer returned, and I came back early from ASU. I was in grad school in Arizona to help him, and I was his primary caregiver, and his hospice care was very difficult for me. Of course, it was incredibly rewarding, and if I had the chance, I wouldn't change one thing about it. But seeing his illness up close after grieving gave me the worst health anxiety breakdown of my life. So in December, early December, I started having a bunch of really weird symptoms, and I took about a month break from making videos on the channel because I have really bad health anxiety, and I had convinced myself, this is like the number one thing that I've always been afraid of is ALS, and I went to a neurologist multiple times. I had weakness, and I had a bunch of other stuff co-occurring, and it was like that for about a month or two, where I was having like a mental breakdown after caring for my uncle after he had passed. I was just constantly like hyper fixated on my health. And about 2 months after that, my girlfriend of 10 years broke up with me without explanation. She left me, financially completely poor. She left me to pay for $2,000 in back due utilities that I had no idea about, and $8,000 in back due rent that I had no idea about that was back from COVID. She had told me at the time that she was getting COVID rent relief and not to pay for the rent, and that she took care of it. And then when we were in Arizona, I had found out about it. She still owes me a separate $3,000, and she randomly broke up with me, like I said, and she ghosted me and basically just took two of our dogs, Mac and Charlotte, and won't let me see either of them. I also had no job at this point when she broke up with me after applying for months, and I don't know. I just thought about like how I was going to phrase this, and like I was thinking that I would say like, I could sit there and be sorry for myself and just give up, but I'm not a quitter, I'm a winner. But in all honesty, it was without a doubt like the lowest point in my entire life. Luckily, shortly after, I got a job at a top tech company. Like I said, I had been out of work for about a year and a half, but I got this job at a tech company. I think I had mentioned before, it's at Meta. And, it was difficult at the time to hold back tears because I just needed a win so desperately. And I wanted to say that I'm very grateful for my parents who supported me and gave me a car for my graduation present from grad school because I didn't have a vehicle at the time. And then they worked with me to figure out an arrangement that would work with, finding a place that I could stay at with Buddy. I had a couple other things I wanted to say. I wanted to say that I have an amazing support system in my family and my dog, of course. I made this channel that has gotten up to 460 subscribers and 460 awesome people that have supported me. And it was because I couldn't deal with how my uncle had passed away. He was really important to me. He had lived with me, if you didn't know, since I was 16. So for about 12 years almost, he had been living like with my family. And his passing was really difficult for me. But, I did make a positive turnaround over time. The first thing would be in November, shortly after he passed, I worked on making more ceramics, and then I worked on making this channel. But then, after my health sort of like breakdown, and my girlfriend broke up with me, and she took the two dogs without saying a word. I will say that I made some more positive changes. I got that job, which has been super helpful. I'm able to pay my bills, luckily. I'm also more in shape than I've ever been in the last few years. Basically, all I wanted to say was this. It's my birthday, and I don't have a lot of people to celebrate it with, if I'm being honest. But I would appreciate it if you subscribed, I don't need a pity sub, but like if you look at my other videos and you like the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and if you shared this video or another video that people would like. The donation goal for 1,000 subscribers is still going, so anything up to 1,000 subscribers is $1 going towards a local charity that I volunteer at. And I would appreciate it if you shared this video again. And thank you to everyone. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video when we're going to get back to football. All right, peace.